welcome to Luisa Bakes. Today I make this indulgent cookie dough cake with cookie dough baked inside the cake layers, a cookie dough buttercream with mini chocolate chips, and a rich chocolate ganache strip. So without further ado, let's get started. We start with the edible cookie dough. For that we need half of a cup of soft butter. You can use unsalted or salted butter. Then we're going to add half a cup of white sugar and the same amount of brown sugar. This gives it a really nice flavor. Add half of a teaspoon of salt and then mix it until it's nice and fluffy. Then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla for a nice flavor, and then the baked flour, which is safe to consume raw. Mix it in and then add the rest of the ingredients. So 1/3 of a cup of milk and 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. Mix it until it's nicely combined. We're going to use an ice cream scoop and then just make equal amounts of cookie dough balls for the cake layers. These are going into the freezer until needed. Now let's make the cake batter. So basically this is going to be a vanilla cake. We need 1 cup of soft butter and we mix it with 1 3/4 cups of white sugar and half a cup of vegetable oil. The combination of butter and oil gives it a really nice flavor and moisture. When everything is nice and fluffy, we're going to add the eggs and mix them in until they're completely combined. Then add half of a cup of sour cream for even more moisture. The flavoring vanilla and mix it in. You want to mix it until it's really nice, creamy and smooth. Now we're going to add about 3 cups of all-purpose flour and the leavening agent, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is going to be a little bit more dense than my regular vanilla cake recipe because I use less leavening agents. Then we add about a cup of whole milk to soften it up. And the star ingredient, 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. Everybody loves them. Just mix it in quickly and that's it. Now to prepare the baking pans, we're going to spray them with baking oil and then line them with parchment paper rounds. Divide the cake batter evenly into 3 8-inch cake pans and spread them with a spatula until it's nice and even. Now we're going to add 5 frozen cookie dough balls to each layer. And then smooth the cake batter to make it nice and even. These go into the oven for about 35 minutes. While the cake is baking and cooling, we're going to make the cookie dough buttercream. For this American buttercream, we use 2 cups of soft butter and about 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. Mix it for about 8 minutes until it's really fluffy and lighter in color. Add 1 tablespoon of vanilla and the powdered sugar. Then mix in the powdered sugar and also a cup of baked flour. This gives it a consistency of cookie dough and makes it nice and thick. Then we're going to add about 1/4 cup of milk to reduce the butter flavor and to make it creamier. Now set this aside and we're going to decorate the cake. On the first cake layer, spread a thick layer of buttercream and then smooth it out. Then add the second cake layer and repeat the steps. So add some buttercream and spread it with a spatula until it's nice and even. Then add the last cake layer and press it down. And then cover the whole cake with a thin layer of buttercream. This is going to be our crumb coat, so it keeps all the crumbs inside. Cover the cake completely and then make it smooth on the sides. Put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes or in the fridge for about 40 minutes. After it's cooled, we're going to add a second layer of frosting, and this time we add some mini chocolate chips. Cover the whole cake on the top and its sides. Then smooth it out with a cake scraper, and I was going for a more rustic look on this cake, so I didn't want it perfectly straight on the edges. Chill it for about 45 minutes, and in the meantime we're going to make the chocolate ganache drip. For that we use 4 ounces of chopped dark chocolate and mix it with about half of a cup of warm heavy cream. Mix it with a whisk until it's smooth. This is going to be our cake drip. I like to fill it in a drip bottle and then just go all around the cake with a gentle squeeze close to the edge. This is going to make a messier kind of drip, which goes very well with the cookie dough theme. But you can make a different drip if you like to. Then just fill up the whole top of the cake with the chocolate ganache. And I like to put it in the fridge for a few minutes to give the ganache some time to set. Then add the rest of the edible cookie dough from the first step, and if you want to, you can pipe some buttercream dollops too. Just make sure to use a big piping tip because of the chocolate chips. And that's it. This is my cookie dough layer cake with edible cookie dough and a cookie dough buttercream. I hope you like this recipe. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to not miss out on any new videos. Happy baking! Bye!